All right, let's try this again, and hopefully we have a little better connection, and we don't see as much skipping and lagging and all that other jazz. So we are about to try and go live again all over the world. Let's see how we do it this time. Okay, thank you for your patience, guys. I apologize. It's a pain, believe me. I was not happy on the drive home. I said a few choice words. But we're back. I'm home. I'm on my Wi-Fi connection. Hopefully it's a little faster. So we'll wait for everybody to jump back online. Like I said, if you want a chance to win, it's called a Big Boss Ball, which is a custom ball in the game. Only those that beat me today will have an opportunity to win that ball and to have that ball. Earlier, I know it was a little jumpy, but Bob tried. Bob failed. So hopefully you guys have a better chance of doing this. Like I said, started to do this a little earlier. Crappy internet connection, so hopefully now I'm home on Wi-Fi, a better connection. We'll see how we go. And I'm going to try and give you guys a few tips today as well. Things that relate to the bowling game and how to play it, but also you can hopefully use that information in the real world. So as I'm playing the game, we're going to watch some of the moves that I'm making, some of the ball selections that I do, or perhaps even just answering your questions in the chat boxes. And from there, I'll be able to give you guys some pretty good, I hope it's pretty good information about how to better yourselves. So, like I said, let's start playing people from all over the world. We'll play some one-on-one. And just like with Bob, we'll start on something a little easier. We'll go with, say, something like Stonehenge. And I've got Braden short. Good luck, Braden. I wish you the best, mate. Now, I was criticised in the chat earlier today about being terrible at trash talking. So I'm going to up my trash talking game. So, Braden, I apologise because you are the first player that's going to feel the wrath of my trash talking. And we're just going to ignore the fact that I missed the 9-pin. I'm not even going to establish that. I'm not even going to talk about that. But basically, I know that Braden on level 5 is going to suck at this game. He's not going to have the chance to bowl a big one. So I feel very confident in giving him a head start, leaving the 9-pin out there. And just as I suggest, just as I assume, Braden using a swirly ball gets 8. So this match should be over pretty quickly, I would think. Using my pitch black, gone a little high, but that's okay. So you're probably wondering why I'm using the pitch black. That's a good question. I actually don't know why I'm using it either. Urethane bowling balls, though, tend to be the most controlled bowling ball that we can throw. It really does limit the back-end reaction. So typically, if you have enough oil in the fronts and you don't get forced too far left, urethane is a really good option to throw if you're looking for control. Obviously, if the pattern is really high scoring, not that urethane can't give you the big games, but typically as a block goes on, the more urethane you see down the lane, the more movement with your feet and eyes that you have to use with urethane, then your reaction tends to go away. You leave a lot more corner pins, flat 10s, weak 7s, and then that's going to change your pin carry. It's going to change your score, which means you're going to get lapped by the field. So it's usually just like a bailout option if you have nothing else, or if no one else is using urethane and playing that part of the lane, then you're good to go. So I'm using the urethane here because, Braden, 17 after 2 frames, clearly isn't going to make a mark anytime soon. So I'm playing the controlled game here, taking my, I'm playing percentages here. I feel like, we're going to see 5 open frames from Braden. And, so Braden's using this swirly red ball. and he can't believe it. He says, wow. Well, Braden, that's one of the first bowling balls that you can get in the game. So its power rating is going to be extremely low, and you're throwing the ball pretty slow. But that's only because you're on level 5. So after a period of time of playing, you get your level up into the teens, anywhere from 13 to 19, you're going to see your ball speed go up and you'll be able to use a lot stronger bowling balls. That was a terrible shot, but it doesn't matter because I'm wiping the floor with Braden. Should be a spare. Oh, come on. That doesn't matter. Alright, so Jake Young asks, what's the game called? Mate, it's called Bowling by Jason Belmonte. You can search for it in the App Store, Google Play Store, and get straight into it. I think Braden's getting a little frustrated. Oh, Pocket 710. Hey, Braden, if you spare it, which you didn't, but if you had have spared it, I would have given you like 1 million gold coins. I would have added 1 million gold coins into your account, but you missed. So, too bad. So I'm going to try another ball here just because, well, I can. Trust the old phase 2. It's a little high. So that ball's overreacted, which isn't really great for what I'm playing on. So I can try another ball, an IQ Tour. And I think this one might be a little better. Much better. The IQ Tour, not nearly as aggressive on the back end as a phase 2, so it's going to be a little bit more smoother off the break point, which, as you can see, as the ball rolls down the lane, it doesn't want to overreact. Looked really good. I'm reading a few of your comments here. Anne Mayo says, when will we get the new update with tournaments? We are working as fast as we can. Thank you, Braden. By the way, Braden Short, level 5, loser. We are working as fast and as hard as we possibly can on tournaments. We have 3, right now, we have 3 concepts for tournaments that will be delivered to you periodically. So we'll get the first one out. We'll see how that goes. Obviously, this is new to me, new to us. So if there's any fixes and changes that need to be made to coding and to things like that, we'll have it done for the second round and again for the third round. Super excited, and it's going to happen. I don't know when, but we certainly want to get it done in February at the latest. February is our latest. That is our goal, our deadline. But yeah, anything is possible when it comes to this stuff. Maybe it's sooner, maybe it's later, but we're going to do our best. Alright, so let's go and play another harder one now. We'll play Sphinxy. I like Sphinx. I play alright on Sphinx, usually, when I'm like mucking around at home. So, wait for a challenger. Ben Wilcox, level 62, paranoid. Let's see, there we go. Oh, that was a terrible start. I was way right. Alright, see if I can maybe spare that. Hook ball. Oh! Benny Wilcox. Thought he had a little opening there. Not today. Hello there, he says. Let's replay that. Oh, nice spare, if I don't say so myself. Alright, so now we're waiting for Ben to show up, throw a shot. I can see Ben Wilcox is actually in the chat. So he's listening to me as he's playing, which means that every word that I say that I'm going to trash him, he will hear for sure. 3-6-10, that's an automatic open. No one can spare that. That's like impossible. Oh, that was the first shot. Oh, that was the second shot. I guess I need to pay attention more. Hook ball. Oh, nice shot. So I'm using the phase 2, creating a little angle here. Actually, something that you guys may or may not know, there are a couple of ways that you can create hold for yourself. If you're finding that the ball is jumping a lot in the middle part of the lane, it is a little riskier move, but you can use angle in the front to create hold. And what I mean by that is, if you play on a pattern that seems to be relatively difficult, and you don't have anything that you feel like you can play a little straighter with, one of the moves you can do is actually move a little further left, create a little more angle in the front of the lane, but control your hand to stay more behind it so the ball doesn't overreact. And you can actually find you'll get a little extra hold by using angle to give you that. So as you can see here, I'm moving further left on a pretty difficult oil pattern, and I'm trying to create hold by using angle in the front. That wasn't a really well executed shot, but ooh, made the spare. Hey Ben, you're on level 62, but you're playing like, I bet you the last fella I played would smash you. Gutter ball 7, lucky gutter ball spare, lucky spare. Braden would smash Ben, I reckon, even though he's on 60 levels more, or 56 levels more. Waiting. Another gutter ball, Ben. Nice shot. I guess Sphinx is a little tough for you, mate. Kendra asks, is there lofting in this game? Because that would be pretty sweet. We don't have lofting as an option to do like consistently. I guess we'd have to find out how with the touchscreen you'd be able to swipe a loft. But that would be seriously sweet if we were able to add lofting into the game. Oh, it's another insider target. Get lucky. Get lucky. 5-pin spare. Should be a spare here. Should be. Yeah, covers the spare. So, old Benny made a ball change. Copying me, are you, Ben? Using the phase 2 as well. Can't think of your own ideas, huh? Just got to copy the guy beating you. Becky Jasta says, go to Big Ben next. All right, Becky. Once I wipe the floor with Ben, if I destroy him, I will go to Big Ben. Sure. All right, Ben. Show me what you've got now that you've made your ball choice, your ball change, or strike. Oh, come on with the breaks. It should be a 7-pin every day of the week. Oh, that's close, isn't it? So you get the lucky break, Ben, and I stone 9. I'm going to tell him this game hates me. Where is it? This game hates me. There it is. Bowling is a cruel game. It is so cruel. But I feel like I'm still in good nick. Well, now I'm in really good nick still. Ben is either gets nothing or gets them all. There's no in between for Ben. He had one 7 count early on, but now gutter balls and spares and strikes. That's it. And he makes the spare. Unbelievable. It's supposed to be an open frame to be Ben. Now I'm in trouble again. That was well wide. God damn it! How am I going to make this? This is my spare ball. Let's go across the lane. That's close, I think. Oh, that is a marvelous spare. That is textbook, perfectly executed, exactly how I would do this in real life. Use the head pin, to bounce off the head pin onto the 6 pin. Perfectly textbook. I'm very proud of myself. For those that have watched a few of these live streams, you would have noticed that my spare game has been pretty weak. I've done a little practice, and as you can see, it's paying off. Clean through, how many frames am I through here now? 6? Yeah, clean through 6. So, Benny's trying to make the same spare that I did, but fail. You should leave it again, Ben, and try and spare it. Oh, that's left to target. Hold on. Alright. Stay clean. Stay clean. I think I need to start using another ball. Should be a spare here. Yeah, staying clean. So far, no one has won the Big Boss ball. Custom ball. Only those who win a match against me today will have a chance to own the Big Boss ball. So make sure you get in there. My next room I will be going to is the Big Ben room. So you might want to get ready for that. Because I tell you what, Ben, you either strike, you throw a pretty good spare shot. I'll give you that. Oh, that is golden. Alright, stay calm, just make your spares, Then he's going to have to strike out now for a chance, which is very unlikely considering he can't keep the ball in the lane for more than one shot in each frame. Let's see how he goes. Jonathan Mamakos says, "You're terrible at your own game." Well, if I'm terrible, then the people I'm playing are rubbish because I'm smashing them. And I'll let you know something, Jonathan, seeing as you're trashing me in the chat room. I don't mind getting better. I have to practice. I have to get better. And you know what? Comments like that just stir me on to become a better player in my digital game. So I've changed balls. I'm going to go to the IQ and be a little bit more controlled, but that was a really bad shot. This is going to be a little trickier to spare. Maybe. A little trickier, unless you're a professional bowler, and then it's okay, and you can certainly make these spares. So now I just need to keep the ball on the lane to shut out old Benny. Nice try, Benny. Level 62. Good for nothing. I have now beaten Ben as he is unable to make me work for it in the 10th. So I'm just going to throw this ball down there, leaving myself with another tricky spare. But now it doesn't matter. I mean, I don't have to spare it if I don't want to. I mean, if I wanted to miss it, I could, but I don't. Like, I would still want to spare it. I still want to, show you guys that I'm capable of sparing everything, which I did. 181 clean. I've set the tone for today. I've really set the standard of play that you guys are going to have to compete against. 181 clean. I mean, just wait till I get on one of these easier patterns like Big Ben, which is the next one. I mean, I'm going to smash whoever it is. Like, they're going to have to strike 4 or 5 times. Remember, in the first 3 rooms, you only get to play 5 frames. Unless you are in the pro room, which we might go to after this match. And if you happen to draw Big Ben, then it's a 10-frame game in that room. Ben Wilcox says, "The game isn't letting me bowl, that's why I'm getting gutter balls." Excuses, that's all I hear, excuses. I'm just hearing excuses. I did ask the team because of the gutter balls. I get a lot of people throwing gutter balls against me, and apparently it's not entirely your fault, Ben. I mean, it's not entirely your fault, but apparently there is a little bit of a lag, which we are trying to fix. But that doesn't change the fact that your score didn't beat mine. I mean, how am I to know that you wouldn't have bowled a gutter ball? I don't know. Maybe you're telling me, lies. All right, so let's go to Big Ben. Pressing Big Ben. Oops. Pressing Big Ben now. And we have Michael Reed. Please, Michael, give me a game, like a fair game. Give me a good game. I'm getting pretty tired of wiping the floor with everyone. Yeah, well, that was not necessarily the strongest hit that I've ever thrown. A little light, 5'8". Certainly wouldn't be too proud of myself in real life if I leave a 5'8". Might be time to use a stronger ball. Maybe time to use a timeless, maybe. Although I don't remember how I set it up. Let's see how Michael goes. 6 count. Not liking his chances here either. Oh, he's playing way to the right. Oh, I like it. A little different angle. Crap. Nice spare. I was expecting an open frame, to be honest. Alright, let's try the board 28. No, what does it say? Oh, I don't have timers on my rack. Where is it? I mustn't have added it. I might be adjusted. Okay, obviously I over-adjusted, leaving another 9-pin. How are those 9-pins treating me today? Is my trusty pitch black? Make the spare. So I guess it's in between those two shots. Kendra asked another question, random question. Do you ever find it hard not to swear when you're mic'd up on live TV? I'd be terrified that 1-7-10 split would send me reeling. I mean, plenty of players have, thrown the F-bomb out there while they're mic'd up. It depends on the show, as worried as you feel. Like, if it's a live show, there's not much they can do. The F-bomb goes out into the world. If it's taped, they can certainly edit the audio, so you don't necessarily have to hear the F-bomb said. But I feel like I'm pretty in control of my emotions. It's very rare that I let a curse word come out. I certainly think a lot of them. I'm constantly thinking them, but very rarely do they come out. Like maybe a handful of times on tour, not on TV, but on tour, and it hasn't really been super loud. But I suppose loud enough for someone to hear, but I'm not screaming it and yelling it. There are some players that don't mind the entire bowling centre hearing the word that they are expressing, but I'm not like that. All right, Michael, give me a game. I like it. I'm just wondering if you're going to crumble under the pressure. Because I'm not. I'm stepping up right now and dead nutting this one. Oh, the light 4-pin. That should have been a strike. I made the right move. Everything was right. Uh-oh, that's slow. Hurry. Okay, it's there. Oh, Michael. Well, this is your chance, Michael. This is your chance to just stick it to me right now. Step up, show me what you're made of. Let me see it. I have a bad feeling there's a little lag. We might see a gutter ball here because of the silly game. And it's unfortunate because of the streaming that I'm doing is obviously causing a little lag. No. He's back. And just as I predicted. The pressure got to you. Not to him. To me. Oh, nice spare. Get out of here. That deserves that. Awesome. Alright, now we'll see who's worthy in the clutch. Oh, flat 10. Oh no. The 10 pin should be relatively easy to spare. It should be. Alright, I'm still clean. Oh! Oh no, I needed count. I needed a strike to force him to strike. This has been a very unfortunate game right here. Alright, Michael. Let me see. Let me see a 7 count. It's anything but a strike! Anything but a strike! No! Was it a good shot? I mean, yeah. It's good enough, I think. And then he doubled. Well done. Well done, Mike. I'm happy for you, mate. I mean, not really, but... Alright, I lose. I really felt like I had a good chance when I got that first strike. I thought that was it. Congratulations, Mike Reed. You will be winning a Big Boss Ball. So far, you are the only one in the world that's going to have a Big Boss Ball. So, well done to you. I might move my screen down a bit here. Alright, we got Miguel Both. I'm guessing that's how you pronounce it. What pattern are we bowling on here? Oh, back to Sphinxy. Alright, we've hit the pro room, so it's a random oil pattern. And it's a 10 frame game, and I've randomly selected Sphinx. And, oh, hello. I've got my 2-4-10 split combination working here. So yeah, the pro room, instead of winning chips, you play for gold coins. And it's a random selection across the 10 patterns that we have, and it's an entire 10 frame game, no matter what the pattern is. See if I can answer some of your questions here. Oh, I missed his strike. I guess it was a good shot. Hook a little, IQ. Alright, a little love tap on the 10. Alright. Marion Stevens says, do you think you might have to go one hand someday? No. Never. I don't think I will ever have to bowl with one hand. And there's this huge stigma about, when I'm older, because of the way that I play, I'm going to, have injuries. And look, I suppose anyone and everyone has to look after themselves when they bowl, or do anything for that matter. And I'm trying to do that as best as I can. Obviously, the exact way that I throw it now may have to change in terms of how I get to the line or the speeds that I'll be able to throw. Obviously, I'm getting older, so my body's not going to want to, throw it as hard. Oh, that's a bad shot. I'm distracted. Oh, come on. How am I going to spare this now? I'm going to have to go Brooklyn. Oh. So yeah, the answer to your question is no. I think that as long as I look after myself, as long as I continually make changes to my game to allow my game to be a little bit more smooth and easier to repeat, then I think physically I should be okay. But I often find it weird why people say to me like, two-handed bowling is going to be bad when you get older. Yeah, well, let's see if like EJ Tackett is bowling exactly as he does now when he's 55 years old. Like, no, he's not. Actually, no one that's bowling today that's under the age of 30 will be bowling the same way they do when they're in their 50s. I'm talking about the guys on tour. Everybody hits the ball, has a high back swing, generally speaking. So I think it's such a redundant question, and it's just people who are trying to find an excuse or a reason to put two-handed bowling down. So I don't buy it. Alright, that's a much better shot. 29th board with the IQ Tour. Getting it to be nice and smooth on the back. Damn, I was supposed to change so I can get my timers on the ball rack. Alright, I'll have to do that after this. Alright, let's do a tip. Let's see if I can see if someone... see if I can find a tip in here. Quickly, James Crit says, where can I get this game? Looks cool. Dude, just go straight to the App Store or Google Play if you're on Android. It's available for iOS and Android platforms, so your iPhones, your iPads, anything that's running on Android as well, I'm guessing. We've got a bit of a match on our hands right now. Michael, which is an interesting one. I'm guessing Michael is from Holland or some part of Europe, the way that he spelled his name. He's had a best game of 300, so kid can bowl. An average though of 156, so he's not really consistent, but he has a pretty high win rate. 71% of the time that he competes, he wins the matches. Looks like I'm going to ruin your stats up right now, Michael. Michael? Not sure how you pronounce it. I don't care how you pronounce your name. Right now I'm focused on beating you, not the name. This one is going to be hook a little bit, and it did! Oh, it's a turkey. It's a turkey. I'm in the driver's seat. I'm going to stay calm. I'm going to stay relaxed. I'm going to watch Mr. Both. I would pronounce that both, but I'm thinking he's not from Australia. So I'm trying to imagine how to pronounce his name. It's do or die now. Like he's just going, okay, he did. He's got the phase 2 a little further left of me. He's trying to break down the oil line. Get some of this in there. Oh, that did hook more than it was supposed to. So I wonder if I've got to move. Alright. Okay, give me credit, everyone. If you've watched any of these live streams, you would have seen how terrible of a spare shooter I have been. Today I've been pretty good. You've got to give that to me, right? Let's see. Okay, I'm going to read that question out in a second. I'm just going to wait to see what Mr. Both does here. So what, a strike here will make it interesting as well. Got a ball. Got nervous, did you? Got nervous, mate. Knew you needed it. Oh, maybe spare. That's a good shot too. Pretty high. I'll have to adjust. I'm going to move a board after that last shot. A little bit more oil. Oh no. 3, 6, 9, 10. Not the easiest spare in the world, but based on my form today, I thought I had it. I thought I was going to get lucky and go left of it. Alright, I've let the door in. I've let the door open a little bit. We'll see where he's up to. Alright, let me answer this question because I think it's actually kind of good. Casey Fiddler says, what ball should I, just when the lanes dry out, but a ball stronger than the pitch black? Okay, so you're looking for a ball when they get a little dry, but you want something stronger than a pitch black. Interestingly, that's actually, I think, a little misconception. A pitch black isn't necessarily a weak ball. It's actually really, really strong because it reads the front part of the lane a lot sooner than some reactive bowling balls. So, crap, Mr. Boss struck. So what I'm going to suggest that you get is something that comes a little shiny, something that has a really good cover on. There's probably 2 or 3 balls that I can think of right now. I'd probably say something like a Timeless is a really good ball for when you need a little extra length, when the lanes dry out a little bit. It has a shiny cover on it as well, so it gives you that length. Plus it has an R2S cover stock on it, which is one of Storm's, well, it actually is Storm's most successful cover that we've ever made. Another ball that I would probably suggest on getting is a High Road. Again, another ball that likes to get down the lane. Or you can go something to like a match or a match up, sorry, and get something that's, you know, in the Thunder line, creates a lot more length out of it. Hold on a second, I need to like, this match is close, so I need to execute here. Get lucky. Oh, another loss. It's going so well. Yeah, I need him to get nervous again. Hold on, it's your opponent's turn. I'm not trying to put you off. Oh, unlucky. What's he going to do? What's he going to do? What's he going to do? What are you going to do? I'm getting frustrated and nervous right now. I actually feel nervous. A bit odd why I'm feeling so nervous. Okay, so let me finish that last question, bit of the question off for you. Damn it! Struck! Yeah, so get something with a little shine on it, something that's, you know, in the Master line, Thunder line. Even the Master line might be a little too strong for you. You might need something in the Thunder line or the Hot line. Those bowling balls are certainly going to get down the lane for you, especially when there's a little friction. So that would be my best advice for you. 205. Oh, yay! I reached another level. Thank you. I got a gift. Awesome. Yeah, I lost. Pro Rumor again. Let's do this. Actually, you know what? Before we do it, I'm going to throw Timeless onto my rack. So I'm going to go to my Pro Shop. Oh no, I'm not going to go to my Arsenal. So I'm going to go into my practice. I'm going to pick up a ball here and then go into my Arsenal tab. I'm going to, what am I going to get rid of? What am I going to, I might take the Shorelock off the rack today. And I'm going to find my Timeless. Now my Timeless has been used a little bit. As you can see, it's got some red dots. I'll show you again. So if I click it down the bottom, you can see that the hook has lost a point and the length has lost half a point. And that's what's going to happen as you play more with it. Just like in real life, the ball will deteriorate. So what we need to do is I'm going to play two-handed there with this ball. I'm going to get my side rotation like that, and then I'm going to restore the ball. Good on you, the ball is fully restored. So now I have full hook and full length. So I'm in practice, I don't know what pattern this is, but I'm just going to roll a shot here. Oh yeah, look at that angle. Now we're talking. Alright, let's go back to the main menu. Let's go to one-on-one. Let's go to, let's see, Taj Mahal. Boom. Alright, Corey. Oh, that's a cute profile picture you have there. Corey, I can't see it. Can I zoom? No. Alright, he's got a best game of 278, and he's up first. So let's see how he goes. Ooh, he's got a smiley ball. Alright, little deflection there, so it mustn't be one of the better smiley balls. I'm going to try not embarrass you, Corey, because clearly you have a partner that's probably watching this right now. And, you know, I don't want you to, like, I don't want her to think any less of you as a man. So I'm going to try and keep it close for you, okay? Oh, that was a terrible shot. Don't talk to me, Corey, while I'm bowling. That's rude. That's closer. Get it. Thank you very much. Alright. I'll say hi back. That's hi. Hey. Find it. Hello there. Corey Atkins, level 22. You've been playing the game a little bit. Getting to in the mid-20s, you've played a fair bit. I'm about to find out that. 7. How much he really plays. We'll see how good he is. Oh, 245. Very choppable. Like I said, very choppable. Sucks to be you. Get down the line. That was a little slower, but that's okay. I can make this. Just on point with my spares today. On point. Matt Nowak says, haha, you're going to talk about being rude? That's ironic. I'm glad you can see the irony in it, Matt. I thought it was pretty funny in my head, too. I wonder if it'll let me... Yeah, I can. I'm going to change my axis rotation here and decrease it quite a lot because I don't want the ball changing direction so much to control it a little bit. Little better shot. Still a little sharp off the spot. Just a little sharp, but way, way better. So there's another tip for you in the video game, but also in real life, is the more axis rotation you give the bowling ball, the more change of direction is possible. So if you have way too much axis rotation, it can be incredibly difficult to control. Which is exactly what I saw there. So what I've done is I've moved a little further right with my feet, but I've also changed my axis rotation to be a little bit more controlled. You know, Corey throws a strike, but I don't see him doing that again. So there we have it, 27. I think we were in the 50s before, so we've changed it considerably. Oh, that needs to hurry. It's the only issue you're going to have, though, is when you play a little bit more conservatively with your release, you're not going to have as much room to the right, like that. It's a really bad frame. It's a really bad frame. So you don't have as much room right because your ball hasn't got that axis of rotation to bring it back. But theoretically, if you actually hit where you want to hit, it'll be more controlled and it'll be easier to repeat, and you'll be a little bit more consistent, you know, to the mid lane, to the back end. So your scores may be better for a shorter period of time, only because as the lanes are transitioning and as you're forced to move, your axis rotation will also have to be adjusted. I should get something. All right, I can spare this. All right, get back on the spare wagon. There we go. Never mind. Shake it off. Shake it off. All right, let's answer some of your questions. Kirsten Snedden says, well, I wanted to play against you, but I got to go to bed to wake up and go bowl. Colony Park, North Lanes in York, PA at 10 a.m. Kirsten, good luck in your tournament. I wish you all the best. It's probably a good idea. You should get some sleep. so you perform to your absolute best. I don't want you blaming, staying up late playing bowling by Jason Belmonte be your reason for sucking on the lanes. So go to sleep. So I'm going to ball change this again. I'm going to use something a bit more controllable. Yes, the pitch black. And I'm going to try and just control this game a little better here and win it. Oh, that was a lucky spare because I was expecting that not to do that. I was expecting that ball to go a little further left and it didn't. Actually, it's a pretty good strike line, so I think I might make that my strike line. Aaron Dodson says, what helps with keeping nerves controlled during big bowling events, Belmo? So I think over time I've certainly gotten a lot better with controlling nerves, especially in big moments. For me, I have decided to embrace that pressure. Once upon a time, I used to try to convince myself that, oh, you're not nervous, relax, you're not nervous. Just execute a good shot and forget about it. This is just like any other shot. And the truth of the matter is, it's not. That's the truth. You can't convince yourself that a moment isn't huge just because you don't want it to be huge and feel the pressure and feel the nerves. So I've decided, instead of thinking there's too much pressure here or there's a lot of pressure, I actually enjoy it and say to myself, wow, you are in a position where your insides want to be on your outsides. Your heart is racing 1,000,000 miles an hour. This is really exciting. This is really, really great. Close. I'll take a 4 pin. So once I accepted the fact that, yeah, it's okay that I'm nervous. I like to feel that nerve. It has allowed me to embrace it and not be scared of it, not to be fearful of it, but to really enjoy it. And then I guess experience has certainly helped to kind of control that enjoyment and that fear. Because yes, I mean, if you are overly nervous, it will prevent you from executing a shot that you want to execute. So you have to be able to find that level where you embrace it, you love it, you want to be in that position, you want to be in that moment, but at the same time you don't let it get the better of you, where you've stopped focusing on actually throwing the ball the way that you want to throw it. So my advice is to don't bowl with fear, bowl with excitement and really embrace it. Oh, hook a little bit. It's okay, I've got my spare game on right now. Nope, missed it that time, but I didn't need to spare it. Corey with his smiley face ball, it's in Struggle Town, so I just need to. I actually probably don't even need spares anymore. I don't think he's going to make another spare. That's my prediction. My prediction is he will fail the 9th and 10th. He will fail the 9th and 10th. And split. I know my bowlers, I can tell. Level 22 is actually pretty unlucky. I mean, you got really unlucky. What I would suggest you do, Corey, is that bowling ball, its power rating is a little weak for you. I think you're better than this. I think you're quite accurate. So I would advise you, if you're listening, to go to the pro shop and look to upgrade your bowling ball, because that's just not going to cut it. It's just not going to cut it. Not when I can do 600 RPM pitch black up 13 on Taj Mahal. I mean, you're not going to beat that with your smiley face, 8-pound bowling ball. Throwing it, I don't know how many revs you're throwing, but it looks like 270. It's just not going to be enough. So he has, he's got good strength. Oh, I'm going to get back to your thing. He's got 9. Oh, God, let me get back. He's got good strength. He's got good speed. Oh, the two-handed shot there, I swear. I swear. So what he needs to do is just, he's at level 6 on two-handed. Oh, he's completed the cranker, so he could throw up to 500 RPM if he chooses, or maybe a little more. So he's throwing at 248. Not enough. Oh, that's golden again. Golden. I like Pitchy. Up 13. I'd be spewing if I needed that. Absolutely spewing. Hey Corey, if I spare this, I'll give you Big Boss Ball. If I spare it, Big Boss Ball is yours. Sorry, dude. I tried. Victory. Alright, I'm going to do this one more time. Answer a few more of your questions. Let's see. Let me see. Answer one of your questions, and while we're doing that, we'll go and play somebody in the program. Alright, so Philip DeLeo Jr. asks, is the new Storm Drive good for lanes that break down fast? Well, I mean, depends on how you bowl, right? But I like the Storm Drive, which will be out in a month, less than a month. I like it because it has the dual drive weight block, so I know I'm going to get recovery with that weight block. It's got those two engines inside, but we've changed the cover from the Timeless, and it's now a hybrid still, but instead of being 2-part pearl, 1 part solid, it's 2 parts solid, 1 part pearl, which means, what am I playing on here? Okay, so what that basically means is I wanted to see the ball roll a little bit earlier to control the mid lanes, and I love Timeless, but I felt like Timeless for me was a ball that I needed to see a little bit more friction in the middle part of the lane. As soon as there was too much oil in the middle half of the lane, you know, the ball would a lot of times just kind of scoot through a little bit. So when I saw friction in the middle part of the lane, Timeless was the go. The drive, though, with nanotechnology in that cover as well, sees the mid lane a lot sooner, which means it's a lot more controlled. But I can still get further left than I could with, I don't know, say something like a stronger, like an Alpha Crux, Code Black, Code Red. I can get further left than those bowling balls, but not as far left as I could with the Timeless, obviously. So yes, to answer your question, when the lanes break down fast, I think you could use a drive because it has a stronger cover, which is going to force you a little further left, but have a bit more control in the middle part of the lane, which is really all we bowlers are looking for, right? Is is control in the middle part of the lane. After sparing so well today, I miss a bloody 5. Are you kidding me? Oh, okay. Let's see. Ben Wilcox says, no guests, remember? I know I'm playing a guest, and that's okay, and I'm going to tell you why. Because even though we don't know this person's real name, even though he's got a pink ball, so it could be a girl, right? We don't know. Well, I mean, not that ball pink is for girls or for boys. It could be for anyone, but even though it's a guest, we can give the big boss ball based off their user ID. We don't need to know who they are and where they live to give them the big boss ball. So yes, I hear what you're saying. In the past I've said no guess. However, I don't need to know this person's name and address. And guest _ 46900, what was the last? 655. It looks like a pretty decent player. I think they would enjoy the big boss ball if they were to win, but they need to beat me first. Fall over. Alright, I'm not going to miss this 5 thing. This 5 thing is mine. Let me answer a question. Riley Holloway, what game is this? Riley, where have you been? Have you been living under a rock? It is Bowling by Jason Belmonte. Go to the App Store or Google Play Store and you can download it on your iPad, phone, tablet, whatever it is that you use. So get into the App Store, get into the Google Play Store and download and play it. Start playing. Believe me, Riley, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I guess struggled a little bit that frame. Good. Oh, that's a terrible shot. Oh, it somehow hooked back. Alright. Let's see where I'm at with my spare game on this pattern. Oh my god, 3-9 spares and I've missed them. 3-9 misses in one game. 3-9. So remember that question about swearing and how difficult is it to not swear? Right now, it is really difficult. Because really all I want to do is yell words that are 4 letters in length, loudly, at my phone, because that is despicable. That is 3-9. It's okay, I get it, I can miss 1. I'll even let myself miss 2, but to miss 3, in 5 frames, mind you, in 5 frames, to miss 3, it's disgusting. It's so bad. And now old Guesty gets a strike. That's a pretty good shot. Good for you, Guesty. It's just better if I don't leave anything. Just keep striking like that. Just put that finger down the right way. Just cooling down his hands. It's starting to get a bit warm. I can feel it. It's getting a bit hot now. Get out of here with your Brooklyn nonsense. Brooklyn nonsense. Alright, staying with you, Guesty. Staying with you. Money back 11. That's it. Money back 11. Alright, Guesty. Can't believe you're still striking. Yes. He says yes. Yeah, well, take that. Yes. Right, back in your face. Is it like an in your face button? 10 down. I'm just going to fill this guy with like a bunch of awesome. Ooh, Guesty with the 8 split. Ooh, Guesty. Oh, high flush 710. Oh, that is disaster. Disaster. Oh, especially when I pure it like that. Oh, that is a huge swing in momentum. Old Guesty. Better step it up. Sorry, mate. Sorry. Oh, and then a solid 8 for 180. Alright, I just need a nice, good count mark. Oh no, Jason. Oh, come on. Alright, fine. I can do it 5. I can do it 5. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go now. I'm very disappointed in myself in that 10th frame. to lose by 4. But you know, I'm not gonna blame the 10th frame. Look at that. I had 9 miss, strike, 9 miss, 9 miss, rallied back, 5-3. Alright, guest, you'll get the ball too, even though you're a guest. And look, everyone in the comments, oh, he's a guest, don't give it to him, don't give it to him as a guest. Well, why do you care, everyone? Why do you hate on guest? Maybe that's his name. Did you ever think about that? Maybe his real name is guest underscore 06, whatever it was. Alright, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thanks for the guys who played. I appreciate you being patient with me. Sorry about earlier with the Wi-Fi connection, but thanks again, honestly. Download the game. It's awesome. Bowling by Jason Belmonte and Android and, and iOS. I'll be doing these matches very regularly, all the time. I'm playing the game often as well, so if you see me in there, say good day, have a bowl. If you have anything to say it in the chat box. I'll probably look back through these chats and see if I can answer some of your questions just by typing them in. Alright. Peace.